Okay, so things are a little bit different. Things have been a bit crazy when it comes to getting stuff set up and working around here. Like, I've probably expressed before how my lights have been, not my lights, but my main light has been not working for a good while. And, well, that's resolved now, among other things. And I have a bit of a new setup now, to say the least. So, what are the things that are new? Like, both in this game and in terms of freaking stuff here. So, also, I might have to adjust the volume levels because the volume levels are set to some other game that I was playing recently. So maybe it's fine, or maybe it's freaking awful. First and foremost, my old setup used to have my laptop right here and the camera mounted on the laptop. But now, I've taken my main monitor and moved it to the side. And I got a new main monitor, and I'm now triple monitoring it up. And the freaking new one's way bigger than my freaking old one. I think this one's 24 inch and that one's 27. I think something like that. So I've now got a triple monitor setup across my desk. It's great. I'm loving it so far, to say the least. It's very interesting. I've been enjoying this monitor so far. Oh yeah, also I should mention, I don't play the game in full screen because when I do, it does that. And, I mean, I could just adjust OBS settings over here so that it would account for, like, full screen here. But then it would mess with, like, my freaking doing this in windowed mode for when I'm, like, in between DBD games, something like that's convenient. So I just played this in freaking the tiny windowed mode and stuff like that. So you literally get to see the game bigger than I do. But because my laptop wasn't going to be here anymore, I needed my camera to go up higher, and the cord for it was not actually long enough, so I got a USB extension cord that goes all the way under the desk and plugs into my PC over there. I have a blanket on my lap because I'm always cold, I swear. So there's that. I only got the USB extension cable in a little bit earlier to get this working and such. And the reason that I put this monitor over here rather than my laptop like it was before is because I actually took out the juice fridge that used to be here and replaced it with this freaking computer that I only just recently got working and such, which I've shown before used to be over there underneath my keyboard and such. I have a bunch of junk on my keyboard right now from like sorting out cables and stuff. It used to be over there in the freaking corner, but now it's working. It's a freaking functional computer. I don't think I'd ever do like a dual PC setup kind of thing. Well, I gotta put my camera back and adjust it to where it was before. I don't think I'd ever do like a dual PC setup. That's mostly there for like in case I want a second desktop for anything. And I have all this slack of cable for this camera that I'll just put my freaking GameCube controller on to weigh it down. I need to actually sort out like a permanent solution for how to keep this cable in place without just being loose all over the place. Sure, my GameCube controller is weighing it down for now that I use for Smash and such. So there's that and such. Like, it's off right now. I'll probably only use it when I need like two different computers working on different tasks at once, which isn't going to be a lot of the time. I'll probably mostly do a single PC setup. McDonald's always coming in with the freaking McDonald's references lately, lads, so I hope you're doing well today. Also, I used to have chat on the TV back there and such, and I ordered some HDMI cables being like, oh, I'll just plug in my freaking... Yeah, I ordered some cables. And I was like, I'll just use HDMI to like plug in to a fourth screen with my computer. Turns out my computer has 3 HDMI slots on its graphics card, and the last one is like some other special input that's supposed to like have better resolution or something like that. But everything here plugs in with HDMI, so like now I have to order a special cable that like has one end of that special end thing, and the other end is an HDMI. So, you know, gonna have to sort that out and figure that out, especially considering I looked into my new graphics card that I'm on the back order list for, the RTX 3070s, which apparently should be coming in soon-ish, and apparently the inputs on that thing are like 3 of the special weird different inputs and 1 HDMI, so I'm gonna have to order a bunch of these freaking special cables for when that happens. So my setup isn't quite done yet. I would still prefer to have chat like over there on this bit here where it used to be, so it's like right next to my main monitor and such, but for now I'm just gonna have to put up with it being here, which is still like right next to my main maybe I should move the game like here, and then I'm staring there, and then chat is like right here, and then it's easier for me. I don't know, maybe something like that. But right now I'm gonna have to get used to chat being in a different place, so if I don't see things immediately, it's because I'm used to looking up there, not here, and I'm only gonna be able to get things back to the way that they normally are of looking up there once I get this special cable in. I don't like looking over to the left for the game. I'm moving it back to the center of my screen. Also, got a new router, because my stream would have... People who've been around my streams for a while know that I sometimes have issues of frames dropping like crazy. Like, my freaking video turns into a slideshow out of nowhere for like no reason than the router just being like, how about I don't work? And in addition to that, there's my freaking light here that has not been working for a good while. I could turn it on and off, but I couldn't adjust like any of the brightness or any of the settings or anything like that, because it would connect through the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, that way a bit. It would connect through the Wi-Fi network, and I'd be able to control it with my computer and such. Kind of like this. Bright! Ah! Flashbanged! Ow! Ow! Is that better lighting? I don't think so. I like dim. I like that kind of lighting. That's the kind of lighting that I like personally. Ah, my eyes. My goodness. What happened was there was a power outage here, and apparently my cousin who works in networking came over and had a look at things, and he said that apparently after the power outage, the IP addresses of like everything in the house changed. So none of my devices could connect to the light, even when I'd reconnect it to the network, because they were continued looking for like the old IP address that they were used to looking for the light under, and the router was having some issue, some bug or corruption or something like that, where it wasn't updating these IP addresses, probably, like possible, I don't know how to words, where it just seems like it wasn't updating these addresses properly. That's the word, properly, my goodness. And things couldn't communicate well with one another. So my light was an example. Printers in this household wouldn't work wirelessly either for a little while. But now with this new router, and I wound up picking up like a semi-fancy router, so the light is fixed now. It connects to the network and things communicate just fine, which, you know, makes me think that there was probably something wrong with that other router. I have the other router freaking over here because I don't know what to do with it. So I just have it freaking sitting over here in the other room. This was the source of our issues for however long, of dropping frames and freaking this light not working. Something about this freaking router is wrong. So freaking this source of our issues is getting out of here. Actually. So hopefully that fixes a bunch of things. Hopefully we get no more stream slideshows all that often. And hopefully that light keeps working the way that light is supposed to be working. So, I grab my blanket again and put it over me because my legs are always cold. My goodness. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, Lance, you've been Nuzlocke Pokemon White 2, and despite playing on challenge mode and set all the advanced rules, you're doing way better than in the original White. Shnice. Well, I wish you luck with that challenge there. And yeah, now that the camera doesn't have a laptop here to be mounted on, it's now higher. And I don't know about this higher camera angle. It's not like the angle that it was at before as an option, since I moved the laptop out and it's a monitor here now. I think just gonna have to get used to this, methinks. Man, it's different. Maybe not, you know, better or worse per se, but it's different and it is gonna take some getting used to. But yeah, so this is essentially the start of a new chapter for, you know, playthroughs on this channel. Freaking better router, actual good lighting again finally, a new camera angle, and freaking all kinds of stuff. I was honestly debating about doing a camera angle of something like this from like the front monitor, like some content creators do, and well, I need Slack to get over there and such. Something like that I was honestly thinking about doing, but like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know. Freaking, this might be something that I might do like feedback or like polls on. Maybe I make a poll in the Discord server being like, which camera angle do you prefer? Why do I keep I'm so used to looking over here to talk to the camera because the camera's always to my left, but now, you know, it's there. So, I mean, maybe at some point I'll wind up getting feedback in some way about like what camera angle is preferred. Cause I don't know about this, like it has potential, but it's weird. I'm putting it back over here where I'm comfortable with having it and such. Whoa, sort that out and then grab the slack of this cord, which I'm gonna have to properly figure out in the nearest future. So yeah, that's the situation with like things and stuff and junk. Let's move that over a bit more. So yeah, This is literally my first stream trying out all this new stuff. You feel the angle view works better since you wear a hat? Yeah, something that I was noticing, especially because, like, that monitor is taller, it's, like, that much taller as well, is, you know, it's harder to potentially see my eyes if the lid is a little bit lower, and then, even from here, with this being higher than it used to be, it's, like, an extra 50% higher than on my laptop. I already worry about the hat lid being too low, and I think I'm gonna have to pay more attention to being more like that more often, and oh, it's gonna be weird, it's gonna take getting used to. But greetings, hope you're doing well today. Streak of Sprites, unless you got a pretty good baller team as well. Emperor, Goldlock, Whimsicott, Agron, Sashlash, and Cincino currently grind to level 42 since that's your current level cap. Well, I wish you luck with that challenge. I mentioned it during this playthrough before, but if I ever do a freaking Pokemon challenge, this is what it's gonna be here. Which, I still look forward to if it ever happens, but like, probably won't be for a good while. In that case, heck yeah, I just got from a nap and binged more of my Awakening playthrough. Well, I hope you've been enjoying the Awakening playthrough there. Man, Fire Emblem Awakening is like one of the most interesting playthroughs on the channel for a few reasons. The first reason, I've probably already said this exact same thing before, but the first reason is that it was going on and off over the course of like 2 years before it was finally wrapped up. I don't plan on taking that long with Fates. What's this? You just found a monkey spirit on the ground, Ryoma. Yo, I always post a meme whenever I go live with like any game. I always post a meme about that game, and I, you know, post that with my going live notification to say, hey, I'm streaming this game, and I post a meme about that game. So I keep a folder of memes for like each game that I play, and one of my thinking about Ryoma saying, what's this? It reminded me of this one from Fire Emblem Awakening. That's one of my favorite Fire Emblem Awakening memes I have in my folder. That shows Donald in the barracks going like, what the heck? I've never seen anything like this back on the farm. And then it says obtained a tree branch. Or I forget exactly what it was he said, but it was something along those lines, and it cracked me up like crazy. So, Sizer the 5th is here to help. Oh yeah, I did some more stuff on like my where is my actual 3DS? Here it is. I did some more things on my actual 3DS off camera. I actually did a bunch of weapon forging because I was like, you know what? Screw it. If I'm freaking grinding for in the gold map to get a whole bunch of gold and stuff, then I may as well make like really good weapons to do that with, even if it makes the main story freaking easy peasy. So I got a whole bunch more materials and such that are for forging, and I lost a whole bunch because I did a lot of forging. I'll show my inventories in a hot second. We have a whole bunch of +2 weapons, which is apparently as far as like the current smithy lets me go up to. I could have technically gone farther with oh nice 8% crit. Could have technically gone farther by using like other people's thingamabobs in their castles, but like, lame. I don't want to do that. I'll use other people's castles to get like all the master seals and heart seals and yada yada that I need to get until I can get unlimited of them. But yeah. But yeah, confirmed Donald has never seen a tree in his life. Yep, sounds about right. And only 4 deaths so far beat up for Lloyd, Bravery, and Zorok. Only one of those deaths wasn't an intentional sacrifice, which is Zorok, who died due to a crit crush claw from a Zangoose. You hate to see random crits. Who is didn't we send someone to like a meme prison here? Who was it? It was Sven! It's been a little while. We freaking sent Sven to meme jail. I forgot about this. He went to jail after the Great Meme War.
Another one. Watch this. Ooh, one down.
Well, almost convinced. It takes a lot of convincing for Sven to freaking come out of meme jail from his freaking meme rehab. Oh, you got a Spellbane Yumi. Isn't that cool? We got a freaking fish. We're going to Lilith Temple. We're gonna give you a whole bunch of food. You want some Norian stuff? Here, have some berries. Munch the berries. Crunch, crunch, munch, munch. We've almost got that healing up to A, which we might never use. Maybe. I mean, there's like the AI invasions and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. And stuff. Feed Fish Lord Lilith. Yes, this is what we must do. Also, I don't know if this was like the proper audio level for this game I've had it set up as before, because the most recent, you know, proper game that I streamed was Skyward Sword, and that game was really loud through my capture card for whatever reason, so I had to turn everything really down, and I don't know if this is like too far down, but you know, maybe it's fine for this. Also, when it comes to Skyward Sword, I checked out the Skyward Sword part that uploaded today. Today is the 21st of April, at the time of streaming this. And the part that was uploaded today, for some reason, the video started like 10 seconds sooner than I thought that it would. So like the place where I cut it off for like one episode ends and the next one starts, for whatever reason, it was 10 seconds sooner for that one starting. So I deleted it, and I went back and looked at the VOD of the highlight that I made on Twitch, and it started where it was supposed to. So I exported it to YouTube again, and I looked at the video, like, while it was a private video, and once again, it started 10 seconds sooner, even though the version that I exported from Twitch started exactly where it was supposed to. So, freaking, now, Skyward Sword stuff is, like, weird, and I'm gonna have to go, like, manually cut that stuff out myself, because the Twitch stuff is bugging out again, which is nothing new, I guess. But that's a first that I've seen that. I should really check the part that was uploaded yesterday and see if it ends 10 seconds too late. I'm gonna forget otherwise. I'm doing it right now. Screw it. I'm doing it literally right now. Fish the ruler of all that is fit and fair. Absolutely. Freaking control F this page here. Oh, never mind. I see it right there. Hold on. The part that was uploaded yesterday. Let me find out. Let me find out right now if Twitch is being extra weird or something about like YouTube uploading and such. Does this end when it's supposed to? Yes, that ends perfectly when it's supposed to. Does it start when it's supposed to? Yes, it starts exactly when it's supposed to. For some reason, this one highlight that I created in Twitch just starts like 10 seconds early. You want to freaking see exactly what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Let me illustrate my point really quickly. Hold on. Hold on a hot second. Let's go to display capture. Display capture. Freaking video producer. Part 39 of Skyward Sword, I think it is. Want to see freaking Twitch being perfectly functional and stuff? Look at this. Part 39. Look where it starts in freaking Twitch here. When it loads and stuff. When it loads in a hot second. Wow. It starts right at the beginning of this dungeon. It's being a little bit laggy because my computer doesn't like me doing this while I'm streaming, I guess. But it starts right when it's supposed to, right at the beginning of this dungeon, apart from this being laggy for whatever reason. But when it gets freaking uploaded to YouTube, that exact same thing, if I just, yeah, here it was, uploaded earlier today as well, and I go to check like the video preview, for some reason, this same video that I exported from Twitch, wait, it starts when it's supposed to now! It started freaking... What? I promise you I'm not losing my mind. I swear. I swear to you. I did try using the YouTube trim tool earlier today to cut out the thingamabob at the beginning of the video. And I saved it, and then I checked it, and it didn't make any difference. So maybe it just applied the trim that I did in YouTube Studio, like, hours afterwards. Maybe. So maybe it's actually fine. But point is, when it got uploaded to YouTube, it freaking started like 10 seconds early before entering the dungeon and freaking... Take my word for it. The trim that I did earlier today must have just actually worked. When it didn't work initially when I saved it like hours ago. Of course. Yeah. Control F to pay respects, imagine. And Harmonious smoking that Datura. I don't even know what that's a reference to. I don't even know what Datura is, quite frankly. Also, as always, when, you know, we take time between sessions, we have a lot of support conversations to go through. Not as many as before. I did try to make sure that it wasn't going to be as many as before. But a lot of people who were going to, like, support with one another continue to build up their relationships with one another and stuff. And I'm going to have my spreadsheet open here. You can tell when I have my spreadsheet open because, like, the whole spreadsheet is bright white. So when I open it, you can see my face light up like that. So you can tell exactly when I have my spreadsheet open. But yeah, so Ryoma and Kagura are going to wind up supporting, but I guess during stuff he just wound up getting support with Obero as well, so we're going to... Yeah, let's see some support cover. Oh yeah, I was going to show my inventories and stuff. Hold on, we'll see that in a hot sec. Is a hallucinogen that's highly toxic. Well, news to me. Huh? Is that Lord Ryoma? Is he asleep standing up? What could that I want to draw connections to something. I want to reference something, but I don't know who else sleeps standing up in whatever media. What the? Is he asleep? Oh man, he's going to catch a cold sitting out here for so long. Oh, yikes. Oh yeah, Wigglytuff! I knew that I freaking knew somebody from some media that I was fond of that freaking slept standing up. But like freaking Guildmaster Wigglytuff. Oh, Naboro. Why are you staring at me? Lord Ryoma, please forgive me. I didn't think you'd wake up so suddenly. My apologies. I heard a sound that woke me from my rest. You look tired, Lord Ryoma. I can see bags under your eyes. It matters little. Neither of us can afford to rest, can we? Besides, I've gone without sleep for 3 days before and felt no worse for wear. I've gone without sleep for like a little bit more than a day and a half after my 24-hour charity streams I've done on this channel. I don't think I've ever pushed 3 days before. You haven't slept for 3 days. Lord Ryoma, you could die. You think me that weak, do you? It's not about being weak. You can't do this. You can't do this! Going without rest can lead to serious sickness or injury. If you really care for the troops under your command, please think of your health. Perhaps you're right. Oh, did I cross a line speaking to you that way? No, the fault is mine. Worry not. I'm deeply sorry, my lord. I'll do whatever you want to make up for it. But why don't I prepare a healthy meal for my Lord Ryoma? Don't go to such trouble for me. No trouble at all, my lord. I'll be right back. Perhaps next time I should make it an order rather than a suggestion. But then, it might do me good to avail myself of Oboro's kindness. Well then, what was I about to do? Oh yeah, show inventories. Done a full day without sleep before, or rather, it was only 1 hour of sleep. Only getting like 1 hour of sleep during that time. So yeah, I grabbed a bunch of forge stuff for things. How pathetic is it that a freaking steel katana +2 is more powerful than his legendary freaking Rajinto? How sad is that? But he's gonna stick with that sword most of the time because it's 1 to 2 range anyway. So we have a whole bunch of +2 weapons on nerds and stuff. There are some that don't have +2 weapon. You can't forge beast stones, which is so dumb. But a lot of people do have +2 thingamabobs. I didn't have enough stuff to make a +2 katana for, or Naginata, sorry, for Silas as well. I didn't have enough coral, so he's just got a steel sword +2 with an iron Naginata. But most people have. Oh yeah, Hana got a bit of the short end of the stick there. Wait, why don't I have a thingamabob +2? Wait. I'm taking Ryoma's. I'm taking his. Because my goodness, he doesn't use as much. You know, Hana could use it more, I think. I think is probably what's going on here. Do I have any more steel? You're not efficient enough to use a steel bow. Wow. That freaking sucks, doesn't it? You want a thing? Probably never really gonna use you, but like, okay, there we go. It was on Christmas too. Was it because of festivities around that or whatnot? Also, how rare is it that we get to have like the actual proper layout here? Because we usually have Dogi Cam on and such, which isn't necessarily a bad thing or whatnot. I might turn this up very slightly. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, how would you forge a beast stone lore-wise? It's a magical rock that turns you into either a magical fox or a Sasquatch that claims to be a wolf. Freaking... Just believe in the power of forging. How do you take 2 weapons and combine them in the first place to make a slightly better weapon? Like, would a steel Naginata +2 just be 2 + 1 steel Naginatas duct taped together with like flex tape or something like that? That you're just wildly swinging around the battlefield like, this does more damage to you now! You better get damaged more! Kagero, may I have a moment of your time? Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Poseidon? He rules over all the lobsters in the ocean, it is said. Of course, Lord Ryoma, do you have a mission for me? The opposite, in fact. You have a mission for me! I want to express to you my gratitude for all your hard work. Is there anything you'd like as a sign of my appreciation? Lord, you're too kind. I couldn't possibly ask anything of you. It's no trouble at all, Kagero. Really, is there anything you need? A fidget spinner. I'm grateful, my lord, more than I can say. Never imagined myself in this situation. Really is a difficult question. I didn't think it would be this challenging. Perhaps a special meal, or some new armor, or weapons. I apologize, my lord. I lived so much of my life without luxuries. The idea of having them, and especially of getting them without cost, is foreign. Also, I do not feel I have done anything to require such generosity from you. Knowing that you appreciate my efforts is enough. Yet I do not feel like I have done enough to thank you. Very well, Kagero. I order you to come up with something you would like to receive. Excuse me, my lord? And you best think of something soon. I'll be asking you about this every time I see you until you have decided. The stress of this is giving me a headache. I have every confidence that you'll think of something. Good luck. Wait, Lord Ryoma. He's gone. But you're the one who's supposed to be the ninja. What am I going to do? Freaking ask him for something whack. Yeah, just pour more magic into it. Easy. Just take the magic of one beast stone and pour it into the freaking other beast stone. Let's have these two support. I watched you flying Pegasi this afternoon, Tsubaki. Tell me, what is the circumference of the sun? I mean, are you helping to train this new class of recruits? That's right. Many Hashiden recruits are hoping to become Pegasus Knights. Pegasus Knights. The valiant warriors who soar through the skies. Those brave souls are the backbone of the Hashiden army. Very true. Many of them actually look up to you, Lady Hinoka. Really? It's true. Mere moments ago, I heard one of the troops speaking about you, saying what a boosted nerd that was over there. They admired your graceful fighting style and close relationship with your Pegasus. I'm sure none of this comes as much of a surprise to you. I think you're remarkable too. It's kind of you to say. The new recruits greatly admire you as well, Tsubaki. Is that right? Your demeanor and loyalty are all the stuff of legend. In their hearts, I believe every Hashiden warrior truly wants to be just like you. Oh, you're just trying to flatter me. It's true. We've made our way through a great many hardships together. So much time has passed, now the troops look up to us. It's almost embarrassing. But as representatives of the recruits, no, the whole kingdom of Hoshido, we must do what we can to live up to their hopes and expectations. Absolutely right. Maybe someday, one of these young recruits will lead the next generation. It's an extraordinary responsibility. For the sake of our culture's future, we must be excellent leaders. Okay, I do think that chat there works, because I do still see it out of the corner of my eye and know when things are being said, same as like when it's over there, but like I still prefer over there where I can just like glance up instead of, you know, turning my head. I don't like turning my head, I like looking. I mean, I can just look there without turning my head, but it's easier to turn my head, and I don't like that. I like looking, so like, for the next few streams, I'm gonna be turning my head for chat like that. But soon, I'll get the cable that I need so I can plug into the TV again and have chat where it normally is. And then I can just glance up and look at it there instead of turning my head and looking over there. I don't like it when freaking... I don't know what it is, but for some reason, I don't like it when streamers turn their head to look at like chat and stuff. I just feel like it's best when it's in a way that they can just like glance over and just turn their eyes. There was this one streamer once, I forget who it was, but there was this one streamer, I was in their stream once, where they had some setup where chat was behind them. So they were playing the game and occasionally pausing and like looking behind them like this to like read things that people were saying. And I was like, how the heck do you even freaking do that? How? What? It was the freaking wackest thing I've seen on like any stream in a very... Speaking of whack things, I tried to hit A and I hit my microphone muting hotkey. Anyway, but yeah, you can explain what... Oh wait, so you're not the only one that thinks of a music note when you look at Tsubaki's hair? I haven't thought about that before, to say the least. And you can explain weapon fusing with a magic item akin to the fun-sized forge from Dragon Quest, but you can't think of a way to make Beast Stone stronger. How do you make the monster it turns you into stronger? By believing, like the imagination box in SpongeBob. Guess it'd be a similar method to how Beast Stone Plus is made and such, not that you're aware of how those are made. Freaking secret techniques passed down through the ages. You see Tsubaki's little Ahojin makes like a kind of note, like maybe multi-classed into a bard or something. What are you looking at here? This at the top here for a note. My oh my. Yeah, let's go ahead and get these supports and such. Oh, people saw our little spat over Lord Takumi. I'm so embarrassed. Who cares? Now they know how intense our loyalty is. I guess that's true, but I did feel kind of proud, but that's not the point. We shouldn't be bragging about how loyal we are. It makes us look bad. Yeah, I knew you'd say that. It's not usually a problem for me except when I'm around you. What do you mean? Well, all I mean is that I recognize you as a capable retainer. If I didn't, I wouldn't get so competitive. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about where I stand with you too. I know Lord Takumi is always on your mind, so I feel like I have to up my game. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. Why not? You started it! You know what I really love? Airplane food. I mean, when the two of us are together with Lord Takumi. Yeah, we make a great team, huh? Totally. So keep up the good work and I'll do the same. Let me know if you need anything. Of course. Thanks, Boro. Welp. And it looks like the freaking stuff in the whatever the thing is. Whatever our house in the castle is called. From inviting a Boro over. Apparently we have a support conversation with her at the ready. That's unusual. I've actually done everything on my list for today. That sounds like me in real life. Maybe I'll sit back and have a cup of tea before I tune in. That does not sound... That does not sound like me in real life. I don't like tea. There is that book I've been meaning to finish too. I used to read books a whole lot. I haven't read one in a long time though. But Harmonia, what are you doing in here? Boro, why are you up so late? That was literally me freaking last night with somebody on Discord. Somebody reached out to me on Discord at like 3 a.m. and I responded and they were like, "Why?" And they were like, "Wow, I wasn't expecting you to respond." I was like, "Yeah, this is my life now." I'm cleaning. Couldn't you tell by my mop and broom? In the dead of night though? Afraid so. I have my duties and training to attend to during the day. So this is really the only chance I get. Now stop loafing around, Lord Harmonia. You're in the way. Don't you leave that book there. Take it with you. Ugh, so much for a relaxing evening. I suppose the chores must be done, even if it is nearly midnight. Is there anything I can do to help you? Nearly midnight? That's not late at all. In comparison to the hours I'm up. Boro, did you hear the question? Oh, yeah. Really? You just seem anguished over something. Forget it. Now shoo, I've still got to sweep in here. I'm going. Well, that's certainly something, isn't it? My, oh my. You know what I really love? Refrigerators. I love Do I have that on like... Wait, where's the sound effects thing? I don't have that as like one. I completely forgot that we set up the thingamabob. We have a whole bunch of freaking sounds here that I can hit.
Correct!
That was a bit delayed. At first I thought it was broken. That played like 2 seconds after I hit it. Maybe it'll be instant now.
Correct!
Now it's freaking instant. My goodness. Alright, so these two are supporting and such. Oh, where could she have gone? Setsuna wanted to come with, but now I can't find her anywhere. Forget it. I don't have time to hunt her down and then hunt for food. No, could it be? Perhaps she's already gotten herself stuck in a trap. I'll check them before I guide any animals towards them, just to be sure. Man, imagine a Setsuna support without her getting stuck in traps. Interesting. Doesn't look like she was caught in any of my traps today, unless that's actually what this is going to be. So where did she get to? Hello, Lord Takumi. Setsuna, where have you been? I've been looking. What is that you have in your hands? Oh, this is just a limited edition copy of, I don't know, Skyrim. This is deer and boar meat. I started hunting early. Were we going to hunt together? Why did you start without me? I was just so excited to hunt with you. I wasn't able to get any sleep last night. Instead, I've been waiting out here. I was going to wait until you arrived, but then this deer and boar ran by. I couldn't just let them get away, not when it was so easy. So you went, even though I asked you not to wander around alone anymore. I suppose I should be happy that you didn't get caught in a trap this time at least. You're so unpredictable. Thank you. It's not a compliment. I appreciate that you were excited to hunt with me though. It looks like you've caught it looks like you've caught enough, sorry, for today. We'll go together next time. Okay, I'll be sure to arrive well ahead of time. No, just show up on time. What? The support didn't go anywhere? Like, I'm proud that you didn't get stuck in a trap? Or anything like that? Really? If only it was bear meat as a callback to the weird running gag in Awakening. What with Frederick and Lissa with the freaking bear meat stuff? Lord Takumi, a moment if you please. What, Orochi? I've come into possession of the cutest little doll I've ever seen. It's such a pretty little baby too. Oh, woo! The perfect doll for you. What? Are you crazy? I don't play with dolls. I never have. Is that so? I remember you as a little lord, having to snuggle a doll to sleep at night. Never! Not once! You forget, and I see all, especially the past. You see, I see you and Lady Sakura holding court with a dozen of your favorite dolls. Ah, the good old days. Hey, shut it! You shouldn't be spilling her secrets like that. Not that it happened. But it's one of my favorite memories. Besides, people should know that you're all gooey under your gruff crust. Whoa, you wouldn't do that to me, would you? What, give your secrets away? Air your dirty laundry? How very dirty it is. Enough of that. Don't make me regret putting up with you for so long. I've served at the pleasure of the palace since you were tiny. I'm owed some fun. Come now, Lord Takumi, I'm only teasing. Nothing to get angry about. Now, hasn't this been a lovely walk down memory lane? Let's do this again. Orochi. Forget that. I'm not about to play mouse to that cat. Welp, there's also a thing in male Robin and Frederick supports. Freddy can't bear it. I completely forgot that was a thing in that. I know that that's one of the things that's brought up in some of the supports in Fire Emblem Warriors. I'm sure that Fire Emblem Warriors will be a game that we cover on this channel sometime after we've done Echoes, because, you know, Warriors freaking, I mean, no, it would have to be at least sometime after Shadow Dragon if we do that sometime in the future, because the main 3 games that it incorporates are Awakening, Fates, and Shadow Dragon. So it would have to be sometime after Fates and sometime after the day comes that, like, we've gotten to Shadow Dragon. I'm sure that I'll probably keep on playing Fire Emblem games on this channel for a long time with more and more Fire Emblem games. So whenever the day comes that we finish off of Shadow Dragon, we'll do Warriors sometime after that, I guess. And Fire Emblem Warriors is actually one of those games that I covered on the channel when I was like, I might have mentioned it before, as like a brand new streamer and such, when I was just like, hey, streaming seems interesting, let's just stream some games. That during the times where it's like, you know, I was basically just starting out and yada yada, had no idea what I was doing. Like, this was before I even started with Smash Viewer games. Like, I never saved any of the VODs back then, so it's not footage that you can find. But I never did the story of Fire Emblem Warriors on stream, but I made progress in, like, the trying to 100% the game in the adventure maps or whatever the heck they're called. Let me double check to make sure that you two are as supporting in my spreadsheets. You just get to see my face light up with how bright white my freaking screen gets. Maybe I should turn down the brightness of my monitor purely because of how it lights up my face. Maybe. But yeah, so Hayato and Orochi. And then we minimize that, and look, we have normal lighting again. My goodness. Heck, I changed my freaking desktop background just before starting this stream so that it would be something a bit dimmer so it didn't light up my face as much. So maybe I should just, like, darken things in general so that, like, the main source of light is, like, the light that's back there and such. Also, at some point, I've been debating about getting another one of those lights, but, like, they're expensive and stuff. And I don't know if there's space over there. But yeah. The only support you remember from Warriors is the support with Owain and Navarre, and Owain's doing his old Dark Ears chick, and Navarre's like, get out of my face before I stab you. There are some really good freaking supports in Fire Emblem Warriors. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend looking up the supports of Frederick and Leo, which have got to be, like, one of my favorite support conversations in, like, any Fire Emblem game ever. Like, Frederick and Leo is a treat, let me tell you. It's a real treat to behold. Alright, well, these two are gonna freaking support one another, methinks. Have I ever told you how much I admire you, Orochi? Whoa, way past cool. Wasn't Hayato supposed to be the person who, like, wrote Sonic fanfiction or something we were saying last time? I don't even remember. Going to make me blush, Hayato. I've been a diviner for a long time, but I surprisingly get few compliments. Have I ever told you? No, I mustn't. No, I will. I've harbored a deep secret for too long. It's free real estate. I long to know all the herbal arts that are in your head. I studied Hoshidan techniques. You know, those of the Wind Tribe. Oh, that was your secret? Mine is way more messed up than that. You wouldn't believe. Did you expect something else? Wait, what did you want to talk about? Have I ever told you how much I admire you, Orochi? Half a minute ago. Right. So what I'm getting at is, you and I are diviners, and we should write Sonic fanfiction together. Scandalous. Oh, please stop. This is hard for me. The fact is... Yes, out with it, or Orochi will get it out. I'm smitten with you, and I need you to write Sonic fanfics with me. Oh yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I have that effect on rival diviners from the Wind Tribe. They also have that effect on me. I'm smitten every time. You do? Wait, do you mean me? Of course, the only question is, which of us felt the magic between us first? I'm sure I did. No, I did. I claim victory, though I'm sure you placed a close second. Phew, that's one contest I don't mind losing. Way past cool. Come now, you can't give up that easily now if we're going to be rivals. Rivals? But I want to be... Love is the same thing. Potion of eternal love requires new ingredients and frequent stirring. Exciting challenges? And freaking... We get to go to Green Hill Zone? That too. So can you promise me all that in Moriato? Forever rivals in love for each other's effect. Let the contest begin. I'm racing to that rock and back. New paralog is available. Oh yeah, I need to look up at what chapter child seals are available and such. Yes, I have to write Sonic fanfictions under the name XX Shadow Sephiroth 777XX. Sounds about right. So, one thing that I was thinking about doing with, like, this playthrough and this save file is you know, along with all my restrictions, getting the save file in basically like a kind of perfected state. Well, not a perfected state per se. Like, I don't think I'd max out every support in like every save file or anything like that. But have the save file in a state where it can be a perfect save file if I wanted to eventually do that one day. So like any item, for example, that's like a what? So in games, if there's an item that you can only use it once and then it's gone forever, and there's no like clear way to use it, like it's up to your choice and such, then I'll just typically never use it and just have that, you know, option never be gone. So in Fire Emblem Fates, you get the children in their paralog at whatever level, but if enough chapters have gone by, like if you're enough ahead in the story that the children are like under leveled compared to where you are in the story, then they'll come with what's called a child seal, and a child seal will essentially promote them up to the level that the game figures they should roughly be at that point in the story. So like sometimes it'll give them a few levels. If it's enough, it'll like promote them into a promoted class, and I think every chapter from that point onward is an additional 2 levels that the, oh yeah, Offspring Seal, that's what it's called. Gotcha. Yeah, freaking whatever. You know what I meant. Yeah, Offspring Seal. And I think that if you recruit a child just before the final chapter of the game and then use the Offspring Seal on them, then they go up to like a promoted class and level 18, I believe. And each Offspring Seal, not to be confused with the band The Offspring, never heard of it before. And each Offspring Seal is an item that like you can only use on that one child, and you can never get like an Offspring Seal back again. So I know it sounds stupid, but I'm debating about potentially just recruiting like all the children that I can the moment that Offspring Seals are available in their paralogs, and then just like never using the Offspring Seal and just grinding them up normally, and having like the maximum amount of Offspring Seals that are possible to have in the convoy, just to look at them like freaking trophies. Like, wow, I did this with all the freaking children units without ever using their Offspring Seals, because I mean there's no real point to saving them, but like once you use them they're gone forever, when they can otherwise just be freaking trophies that freaking show in your convoy that you have the freaking patience of a crazy person, I guess. So like, I guess there's technically no point to saving them, but point is, it's an item that when you use, it's gone forever and they're a limited amount. So even though there's no point in saving them, the mere fact that they're limited and you can't just go to the store and buy more means that I might just freaking do that, maybe. Is the thing. So in previous Fates playthroughs, what I would usually do is like get through as much of the story as I could without using child units to, you know, save as much time grinding as possible. Like, it's just like the same reason why I grinded Azura up to level 40 before the time skip. Like, I never have to grind her up to level 40 again, you know, in the different routes, because she's already going to be that at the time skip. That's the time skip. Why do I keep calling it the time skip every single time? It's because I put so much time. I spent 2 months working on that Fire Emblem 3 Houses video essay. So every time I talk about the route split in this game, I always call it the time skip, even though it's not a time skip. So forgive that. What the heck was I talking about? Like, so that would be the same reason that 3 Houses rotted my brain. So in the past with Fire Emblem Fates playthroughs, I would get through as much of the story without child units as I could, and then try to like recruit all the child units as far towards the end of the story as I possibly could. Because if the child seal gives me like 2 more levels than it would have otherwise, because I got 1 more chapter ahead, and that's 2 levels I don't have to like actually grind for myself. But now, with me doing this playthrough that is all about trying to get this save file into a state where it could, in theory, be a quote-unquote perfect save if I wanted it to be, I might just recruit all the children the moment that Offspring Seals are available, and then just grind them up normally using, like, the DLC grinding map and stuff like that. And, you know, freaking never use their Offspring Seals and keep them like weird trophies, essentially. Like, hold on, let me look this up. When are the Offspring Seals available? Like, after what chapter? Let's see here. Fire Emblem Fates Offspring Seal. And because the grinding maps scale around how far you currently are in the story, it means that I can't just save, like, recruiting all the children until, like, the very end. Because if I do that, then all the enemies in the freaking grinding maps are going to be so high level that there's no way that I get a freaking level up with the freaking child units without spending 3,000 years, you know? So, you know, I'll probably just recruit them all the moment that, you know, Offspring Seals are available, and then try to keep them relatively around the same level as that thingamabob. So the Offspring Seal will automatically appear in any of the Fate's Children's inventories if their paralog is attempted after chapter 18 of all routes. What chapter is it right now? I've completely forgotten, like 12 or something? 14! Time flies! Apparently after chapter 18 is when I guess we'll do all the paralogs, I guess. Is the impression I'm getting here. We're doing one more support conversation. So, there's that. Mozu, what can I do for you, Caden? Just want to thank you for cooking that meat for me the other day. Here, see? I'll be. What a gorgeous plump bird. And freshly caught, too. I thought we could share it. I think a soup would be perfect for this. These bones will make a good stock. Let me just put some water on and chop up a few veggies. It sounds delicious. Let's do it. Freaking cooking with Mozu. Man, you were so fast. Way past cool. Man, almost faster than my partner Sonic. Okay, sorry. It was like you already had a recipe ready. Well, I've done this sort of thing a time or two. It's second nature to me. Man, it smells amazing. I hope it's done soon. I might actually sneeze, though. I'm allergic to soup. Calm down there, fella. Soups take patience, you know. I know, but I can't wait. I think I'm starting to drool. When you fidget like that, you look like a little kid. It's so darn cute. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is this support conversation? Do you think it's ready now? How about now? Okay. Think a little taste of the broth will tide you over. Yeah, gimme. What the heck? My goodness. Since we're on the topic of children, did you ever mention who Corin's marrying? I believe so. I could just show my whole spreadsheet here. Hey, Arbonia, do me a favor before I go to bed. Very important. What's the favor here, Kraken? Corin's married kid with the save, or because the English version calls it at least a thing. Yeah, I believe so. The one that we have in the jar here, because, like, the skills don't really matter a whole lot in this playthrough, like, because we can't get the Norse skill like the other routes. And I was like, hey, freaking... Screw it. We have to go with one of the children units anyway, with my plans and whatnot. And Kraken redeem time yourself out for 10 minutes. Well, where's my other... Oh, my setup is freaking different now. Because usually... Oh, man, that's going to take such getting used to. Well, take care for that 10 minutes, Kraken. Okay, so my old setup used to be my laptop was over there. And my laptop is what I had chat open on. That was on the TV screen. So I would reach for my other mouse that was connected to my laptop. And I would do that to, like, time people out and... you know, do stuff with chat when people redeem the timeout. So I freaking reached out for my mouse that isn't there anymore because, man, this is gonna take getting used to. Change is hard. Change is difficult. My oh my. Your first pick for you, what you picked? BR? Oh, that says her Birthright. At first I was like, what's BR? Battle Royale and stuff? Yeah, all about statistics. That's what it's all about. Maybe because you're a sucker for box girls. Understandable, says Lancer. Yeah, one of my plans as well is to have a different character that Core and S supports with in each of the 3 playthroughs. Like, in theory, you could, you know, have overlap of... Like, assuming that you don't even pair off with somebody who is shared along all routes, then you could also just, you know, pair off with somebody who you did in, like, one route in Revelations again. But my plan is to freaking have a different S support partner in all the 3 routes. So, with Conquest, I believe my plan is going to be a Great Lord Solil. And with Revelations, I think that it's probably going to be a Dark Flyer Kaldori. I believe. I don't think my Revelation sheet is done yet, but that's like my plan at least. And having like a flyer support partner in the Revelations route is like, my goodness, time to freaking wipe this game, you know? So, you know, that could be very handy there. And I mean, when it comes to having a Dark Flyer as support partner, yeah, we get to zip and zoom. In the past of playing Fire Emblem Fates, I feel like my personal favorite, like, as support partner in terms of the class that they're in is Dark Flyer. Like, for the mobility that it gives you, being able to swap around, having them be 1 to 2 range with magic themselves, which is always something really nice. And to the point that initially when I played Conquest like forever ago, I wasn't good enough to freaking beat it with, I think I did Great Lord Solil back then as well. I had to freaking reclass her to Dark Flyer despite the fact that she couldn't really use magic at all. just for the freaking mobility that it gave me to freaking cheese over the last couple chapters. So this playthrough on the channel is going to be my attempt at, like, actually, you know, seeing Great Lord Soliel through to the end, instead of just freaking cheesing things over with Darkflyer. I hope. We'll see. Like, with all the restrictions I've put on the playthrough and such, it's gonna be way harder than back then, where I did, like, you know, no restrictions on what I was and wasn't allowed to do. So, now I get to actually, you know, experience the challenge of Conquest Route at least. I don't ever think that Birthright is all that difficult. I think the last couple might be a little bit spicy, but I mean, we'll see. Remember having trouble choosing between Selkian or Norian counterpart when you played Revelation? Oh, with, why am I forgetting her name? Gosh darn it. What's Keaton's kid's name? Freaking Valoria, or whatever it is. Some of that, I think. Then you realize Selkie gave a speedy kid and such. Yeah, the freaking speed stat. What sucks though is like the negative defensive stat. I think that there is like a big negative maximum stat modifier in defense, unfortunately. Which really sucks because Azura also has a really bad maximum stat modifier in defense. And like freaking one of my favorite pairings in terms of like just the character pairings in this game is Azura and... why am I forgetting names right now? And Caden. Azura and Caden, like, in terms of, like, character-wise, is one of my favorite pairings, especially for their support conversations. But you do that, and it freaking destroys your defense so hard. It's like, oof. Oof. It gives you, like, a -5 or something in defense on her. And it's like, yikes. Ow! You know? Like, the freaking... the pairing is so good in terms of, like, supports and such, but, man, it screws her over so hard on defense. My goodness. But yeah, is Gale Force in Fates as wacky as is in Awakening? No, in Fates, they changed Gale Force, so it only works if you're not in a pair-up, interestingly enough. So you can still, like, Gale Force chain off of, like, multiple enemies and stuff like that, yada yada, but you can't be paired up when you do it. You have to be going solo, which means that, you know, you're not going to be as defensible, and you're not going to have, like, the stats increases that you're going to have from a pair-up and whatnot. You don't have anybody there to guard you from attacks, and you're not going to have, like, the stat bonuses from being paired up and such. You just have to freaking solo it. So, Gale Force is the same as in Awakening, except if you're in a pair-up, it doesn't proc. So, but yeah. And Valori's your favorite second gen, actually. And Streak of Sprite, same. I think it says a lot about you. The Celica and Valoria are your favorites. I do like the freaking diversity of, you know, characters that are in Fates in general. Like, to say the least. Like, and I do like that there's counterparts of things, you know, like that with Hashido and Noir. I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool world building as well. And I think that more Fire Emblem games should freaking... I don't know how to put things into words, but more Fire Emblem games should have, like, counterpart nations that have different counterpart thingamabobs like that are like, whoa, that's cool, you know? I don't know. What's the next chapter?